What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today is a video I've been looking forward to for ages now. We are finally moving the indoor fish into the outdoor pond. So make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can keep up to date with our future uploads. As I said, today we're going to be moving these guys out into the outdoor pond. The weather is nice and warm now and the temperatures have really come up, and I am so excited to finally get the indoor fish outside. As you saw from the previous episodes in our tank tour series, I took the Sakura Aranda to my friend's house, so only the Calico Ranchu is now outside. Also a little update on the dropsy fish. He's healing up really nicely. I actually just this morning did a 50% water change and also added some ulcer swab, which is like a disinfectant antibacterial, onto the wound, the remaining scales that were slightly raised, and also I added a little bit of propolis spray, which is a natural antibacterial, just to seal that in. So I'm hoping that he's going to be all healed in about 4 to 5 days, and then hopefully next weekend we'll be able to actually put him out into the outdoor pond as well. And then hopefully once the fry are ready and the fish have spawned at John's, we can then take our Calico Ranchu back from him and also put that in the outdoor pond. And then once we've got this tank empty today, I'm going to be cleaning it out and doing a video on quarantining your new fish. And then once we get the new arrivals, I will be doing a follow-up quarantine video, because quarantine is very, very important in Fancy Goldfish, and I need to get a good video out there explaining all the different factors and how to quarantine your fish correctly. So the aim of today, we're going to do a massive about 70% water change on the pond outside, give that a good clean out. Then we're going to pump, I'd say 60, maybe 70% of this water out into the pond. And then the remaining water we're going to top up with fresh water, so it's not a shock to the calico that's already out there, and it's also not a shock to these guys. The outdoor temperature is currently 21 degrees in the tank, and this tank is also at 21 degrees, and obviously they're used to the same tap water, so the parameters will be very, very similar, maybe just slight different levels in the nitrates. So without further ado, I'm going to start draining the outdoor tank, and then we'll get this pumped in, and then we can give the filters also a good clean and get those ready for all the fish. So the sun is out, it's a lovely day. As you can hopefully see, the calico is in here on his own, and I've also just got the lids on just to keep the temperature in just before I do the water change. So now I'm going to drain, I'd say, to around here, and then we're gonna fill it up to around here with the tank water, and then the rest will be fresh tap water that's obviously treated and dechlorinated. So I'm going to start doing the water change now, get the lids off, and then also I need to clean the filters out, and because there's still a bit of remnants from eggs in there as well, so I need to get those out before they get any fungus on there as well. So now the tank's fully drained, you can see that I've got the hose in here, and we're going to start pumping the water in. And whilst the water is pumping, I'm going to take one of the buckets, fill it up with all the media from the indoor dual filter, and start cleaning that out. Here I'm just going to be rinsing out all the media, making sure it's all nice and clean and there's not too much detritus that will be going into the new tank. So here you can see the ceramic plates that I use. These hold lots and lots of bacteria, and I've actually got 4 more of these, so when I get another big dual filter in the other corner, then I can stack it up with those, because I was thinking of getting more of this Biohome, because Biohome is my favourite, but as I had this ceramic plates, thought it was just better to use what I've got and not have to spend more money on some more Biohome. Here's the bag of carbon that we had in the indoor filter. I've also got the little box of carbon. I'm probably going to take both of these out and replace just one of them so it's got fresh carbon in it, because they take up valuable space in the biological filter and I don't really need both of them. So yeah, I'm going to remove those. So as you can see here, we've got the big dual filter, so I've rinsed that out a little bit and I'm going to put that in the back corner. That corner? Yes, that corner. It's going to sit just like this, and then we're going to fill it all up with media again. But as you can see in the back corner, we've got the big dual filter, so we're just getting all the ceramic plates in, so we're getting those in the bottom, and then we're going to add the rest of the Biohome media, and then any sponges, all the rest of the sponges we can fit in. And then the dual filter that goes in that corner will have all the media that we're going to use in the quarantine tank. And then right here I've just got a brand new ceramic plate, so we're just going to get that one in there as well. Nice and snug, and then we go fine sponge, coarse sponge, and then we'll top that up with a bit of filter fleece on the top, and then all the rest of this media, as much as we can, will fit in the filter on the other end of the tank. Surprisingly, that was, I reckon, about 80% of the water from the indoor tank, so we've still got a lot to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this with all fresh tap water. I just want to get the media in, and then we can start moving the fish and then just fill up the rest. So we do the coarse sponges. So we've got fine. Might not be able to fit it all in here. Yeah, so these two are going to have to sit out, unfortunately. So now we've got the big filter in the back corner, the small one in this corner. So now I'm going to bring the rest of the fish in, put them all in here, and then start filling it up. Now we're filling up the rest of the tank all the way to the top with tap water, and then we're going to dechlorinate that. I've got my little temperature probe just so I can keep an eye on the water temperatures, make sure it doesn't get too cold. So I'm just going to check how warm the water coming in is. 21, 20, 21, so that's perfect, just the right temperature. So now I'm going to start bringing all the fish in. We get some little close-ups of them in the bowl, and then we can do some underwater shots later on once the tank's all settled and the filters have all been running for a few hours. The first fish we've got here is the lovely calico, the blue base, the lovely black markings, the female as well, so I'm probably expecting that the male is going to try and spawn with this one, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get some eggs tomorrow, especially with the temperatures that we're currently at. So the next one we've got is the red and white. You can see this fish actually had a white head and it's actually gone yellow. I believe that's from all the rapashi. And you can see there's bits of sand stuck in their heads as well. So I'm sure I'm going to get lots of debris and sand on the bottom of the tank that I'm going to need to clean out. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a small water change and siphon the bottom. Next up we've got the two smallest calicos. These have actually come on really nicely, and the swim bladder problems have lessened quite a lot on this fish. Possibly just due to less pellet food, less air in the gut. So these have come on really well. The colours are really developing, and I'm hoping in the pond where they've got more space they're going to be really, really happy. You can see I'm not really acclimating these fish, obviously, because the water is just so similar. The temps are perfect, bang on, and they've been in, this is really 50% of the water that they've already been in. Next up we've got one of my favourites, which is the Cal Ranchu. Lovely white base on this fish. Beautiful, I just love this fish so much. And this is another female, so probably that male will try and spawn with her as well. We will soon find out. And the water's slowly filling up now, so hopefully soon we can start to get the pumps on and get some water flowing here. So now time for the last fish. Last up we've got the red and white ranchu. This fish has actually been sulking quite a lot, so I'm hoping that a change in environment, bigger space, shallower water depth will actually help this fish out, and it will, or she will be a little bit more happier. Potentially she's holding eggs as well. Possible. She's got a few little marks on her, just probably where she's been sitting on the bottom, so I'm hoping she'll perk up in the pond. Now, as you can see, all the fish are in the tank. The tank is very cloudy now. I'm going to get that dual filter on, and also I'm going to get the heater back into that one, and hopefully we'll be able to start that filter in about 10 minutes. But I'll wait a couple of hours, maybe 4 hours, let the water settle down. We'll get some underwater shots, and then we can finish up the video. So I'll see you in about 4 hours. As you can see, the fish have settled in really well. It's been about 3 hours now. The water's cleared up nicely. They're all happy, and you can see they've got so much space to roam around. The water is also shallower, so less pressure on their bodies, and they're looking really happy. Haven't noticed any breeding behaviour yet, but I'm sure that may come in the near future. As I said before, once the orange ranchu is healed up, he's going to come in here, and then also the calico that we've got at John's. And then next week our 3 new arrivals will be going into the indoor tank, and that leads on to the next video, which is actually going to be part 1 of quarantine and how I will get the quarantine tank ready for the new arrivals. And then part 2 will be more in depth of how I quarantine the fish and get them ready so they're healthy and parasite free to go into the main tank. So now I'm just going to do a few underwater shots of the fish, how they're all getting along, and then I'm going to finish up today's video. Thank you all for watching. Next episode is going to be part 1 on quarantine, as I previously said. Then we're going to have part 2 of quarantine, and also that's when the new fish will arrive, and I'll do a live unboxing for you. Fingers crossed they all travel safely on their shipment from Thailand. And then hopefully the video after, we're going to be shooting episode 4 of Tank Tours back in Godalming, seeing Alex's new pond. So if you want to see those, make sure you subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up, and happy fish keeping.